I'm not sure what the purple on top of the State House means, but it was there the night of the first riots in Providence. Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm still here, even though it's raining a little bit and the curfew is in place. I will not be leaving. The connection is going in and out, guys, but stay with me. Even if the connection goes out, stay with me, because things will more than likely be popping off when the live stream comes back, because everyone will be running. But you heard it first from badge number 1, who seemed to be in charge of the entire operation. Badge number 1 said that he stood with the protesters today. He did not want to see any violence, and he made sure that it got on tape. So
And everybody that did get off of the stairs, thank you so much.
for those of you tuning in, we are in Providence, Rhode Island, at the State House lawn side. The police earlier were giving us warnings to disperse regardless of the curfew. Seen for the 9 o'clock curfew, which almost any minute now, guys. So we don't know. So we're gonna stay and document what happened, who fired first, everything like that.
What do you want to stand for?
Rhode Island, for the most part, is not an aggressive state. For the most part, I should say. I'm sure that aggressive things have happened, but badge number 1 seems to be keeping everyone in line. Badge number 1 is doing a fantastic job of de-escalating all situations, and everything is still peaceful at this point. Shit. The title of this video is like shit is going. That's because when I first shit was going down when if you watch the beginning of the broadcast, but things are about to be going down as well as 9 o'clock curfew in Providence, Rhode Island rolls through. They might tear gas the crowd, have them disperse. We don't know. So stay tuned.
Riot gear! I don't see a riot here!
The crowd is screaming, "Why are you in riot gear? I don't see a riot here." There are definitely some instigators within the group, but there's a lot of people here who are in the name of peace. Show your support by Bob Marling it up at home, or maybe having a drink and commenting on the video. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, please let me know. As of this point, there are no rioters. There are only protesters at this point.
If you are not prepared, do not stay. If you are not prepared,
This lady is saying if you are not prepared, please do not stay. Which means they are probably going to tear gas the area. And if all of you who tuned into my broadcast the other day, I got maced really bad. 9 minutes until the 9 p.m. curfew in Providence, Rhode Island. Yep, the curfew is at 9 o'clock in Providence, Rhode Island. This gentleman is saying if you want peace, get down on your knees and stay off the stairs. That's what they're saying. So I'm going to get on my knees because we're here in the name of peace. I'm going to get on my knees because
That left side, though, is decent. Left side.
what we really need is some ganja to go around here, and everyone would probably just chill out and relax and probably go home, but including the police if they were smelling it. But everything is still peaceful here, guys. Things are still peaceful here. We are only a few minutes out from the 9 p.m. curfew. Looks like badge number 1 just got off the phone with someone. Could be indicating that it's time to get these guys going. Could be indicating that it's time to stay. I don't know, but we're gonna stick around and find out what happens. One of the police officers actually recognized me, and he's like, "Oh, you're the Allen Report?" And I said, "Yeah, buddy." And I gave him a fist bump because, not in my opinion, not all cops are bad. I just went down the entire police line, asked them if they would abuse their power with a local individual, and all of them said no. 2 people did not respond, but all these there's probably close to 50 police, military personnel over here by the State House. The protesters are screaming, "Take a knee" to the state police.
Start moving now, bro. She's about to get real, bro. Come on, come on, come on.
If they deploy tear gas or anything like that, I'm in a pretty bad spot, but this is a pretty good coverage area though, so it's pros and cons. High risk, high reward, right guys? The rain is getting a little more intense. I'm feeling a lot more drops of rain at this point. Only a couple minutes out. Do you guys have the time at all by any chance? We're gonna find out the time right now, guys. 8:55. Thank you, boss man. So it's 8:55, guys. 5 minutes out from the Providence, Rhode Island curfew for 9 o'clock. We're gonna see what happens. Getting the crowd getting gassed might initiate some type of response from the crowd because that shit hurts. However, in America, regardless of what the government says about there being a curfew, there's never a curfew. in my opinion. I don't care at all, dude. Like, it could be Nazi Germany outside, and I'm still walking down the street when I want to. Heavy police presence. This is not like the RI Riots Part 1 video at all. Before, the police were not informed. They were informed on maybe something big was going to happen, but they were not prepared. The state police, the military is here now. They are very prepared this time. 9 o'clock is the curfew here in Rhode Island, in Providence, Rhode Island. We're going to stick around and see if they fire onto the crowd first. And we're just going to document how this is done, what's happening, things like that.
Peace and justice, no war. If you're with me, please raise your hand if you want peace and no justice. Peace and justice, no war. Raise your hand. The whole world's watching. 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 The whole world's watching.
Me and you right now, everyone watching, I'm saying you because we're in this together right now. We are exactly in the middle of the crowd and watching all these state police members, all these military personnel. It looks like they're getting their riot helmets and shields together. The line is a little more stricter. If you guys are finding similar, if you guys in your home state or your home country, if you guys are finding similar tactics or similar things, or if you guys want to see more peace, perhaps this is the video to share, perhaps it's the video to comment on, because this has been peaceful so far, guys. This is not like the other video because both sides want peace. There are still crowds of people here at the Rhode Island State House lawn side.
I can't breathe. 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 I can't breathe.
We are only minutes, seconds away maybe from getting gassed. I'm not entirely sure. There are still, I don't know if you guys can see it, but they're saying that we're gonna get gassed. You came prepared, my friend. A quick question for you. Does that like block mace and the things they use against the police use against the people? Yeah? Awesome, buddy. Thanks for showing your support today. I was just curious. I'm trying to get myself also a gas mask, a really nice one. For moments like this, when they gas the area, I don't have to be running away and dispersing. I can actually just stand right there and document. Something is happening. Looks like the protesters are forming a very strict line at the bottom of the stairs. Uh-oh, it sounds like the state police are talking. State police are talking. They're giving us a minute and so many seconds to disperse the area before they gas the area. Protesters are screaming, form the line, They have a very strict line for the military and police as well. So we're gonna see what happens, guys.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
8 minutes, my apologies. In 8 more minutes, the crowd is unhappy with with those responses from the Providence or state police. Oh, I think it's actually a gentleman of the crowd speaking. Protesters are screaming, "Hands off the weapons." You can feel the energy in the air. Things are kind of starting to get a little energized, I guess. The state police and military, Army National Guard are allowing the, what I believe are the hosts of this organization to speak briefly on exiting the area. At this point, it's very clear that they want a moment of silence here, but it's very clear that the police do not want to mace anybody, and it's very clear that the protesters want peace as well.
All of the people that we've lost to police brutality. Moment of silence.
A moment of silence for police brutality. For all you tuning in right now, there is a moment of silence for police brutality across the board. It's after curfew. They're gonna give us eight minutes to disperse, they said. A moment of silence at the Rhode Island State House is a moment of silence for police brutality across the board. For those of you just tuning in right now, there's a moment of silence for police brutality across the board in America. Still a moment of silence. going to be interesting what happens next.
That's how long that officer's knee was on George Floyd's neck. Make some noise for George Floyd.
Black Lives Matter.
The moment of silence is now broken. It seems as if the hosts of this organization are saying, I think I just heard him say, march with us. I don't know if they're taking this to Kennedy Plaza. I don't know if they're taking this elsewhere. They have not gassed us yet, and they have not gassed us yet, and it is after curfew. There are large amounts of people here. Thank you all for tuning in to this broadcast. We are live at the Rhode Island State House on the lawn side where Army National Guard members alongside state police have formed a strict line at the top of the stairs here at the Providence State House. Now, they did say that they were going to gas us. They did say that we had to disperse immediately. I believe it is after 9 o'clock at this point. They also said they'd give us some more time to leave peacefully. We don't know if the police left right now. I think the protesters would leave, but it probably won't happen that way. I'm gonna keep this going for as long as I can. If for whatever reason I stop it, it's because it looks like the protesters are on the move. It looks like the protesters are on the move here. So, do you guys want me to stay here at the State House, or do you guys want me to follow the protesters? The host of this organization just said, follow us in a march. And so everyone is marching towards the street at this very current moment. We don't know if the Rhode Island State Police are going to redeploy their efforts to the street to stop this or what. A lot of the businesses have boxed up their businesses in case of looters. So we're walking right now currently with the protesters, which is still a peaceful event. They're everywhere. They're all the way up front and then all the way around. A couple hundred protesters, maybe no more than 300 protesters, I would assume. Thank you all for watching this broadcast. Please stay tuned. I'm still gonna be going live here. We're gonna walk by some military personnel people and get them on camera. We're gonna get really close, guys, like super close, like so close because you guys came to the right channel to get close as possible to see what's happening, guys. So as you see, I'm gonna get over here to the side.
Coming for football, come on now. Well, I say no more. We are fighting together for peace and equality. Because I'm a person. I bleed the same. I sleep the same. I put on my pants the same. I'm fighting for the youth of tomorrow. I got a little sister. She's 3 years old. I'm fighting for the youth of tomorrow so they can walk out of their house without worrying about being judged on the content of the pigment of their skin, but not the content of their hearts. I'm speaking for the people that cannot speak. I'm coming out of the shadows, and I'm speaking with my heart until I can't speak no more. I'm telling y'all, it's coming from the soul. I'm tearing up. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm sorry. Hey, I want you to feel my pain. I want you to see me tomorrow at the top. I seen a sign coming through here when I was walking through. I seen a sign that said, black plus a school education equals your worst nightmare. Hey, if they can't accept it, hey, we're gonna make sure they go through that nightmare every single day until they do. Hey, I'm gonna do something with y'all, alright? Yo, hey, people to the left, I want y'all to say Black Lives. People to the right, I want y'all to say matters. Y'all ready? Oh, yeah, let's get it, let's get it. Hey, I made a petition a week ago. And look, we already got 50,000 signatures. This is for us, for the Canadian government and the American government to reevaluate civil rights for black people. Hey, so get at me if y'all want to hop on it and sign that, all right? AJ Chol on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah. AJ Chol, no space. AJAYCHOL. Let's get it. All right. Yo, Black Lives Matter, all right? I love y'all.
Thing is only a page long.
That's fine. Okay. Helen is not here, so you know what? Fuck. Make sure. Can you Peter?
Yeah, Peter Ducuze.
Okay, can you introduce him?
Yeah.
What do I say? Just like, please welcome Peter Ducuze.
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Praying. She was praying that people would hear them. march is now interlocking arms. They're getting ready to continue at a slow pace down Pennsylvania to the Capitol. We are just on the other side of 7th Street, on the Capitol side of 7th Street, on Pennsylvania itself.
The governor of Rhode Island is speaking right here.
What the fuck? Are you sure? Yeah. No, she didn't.
She said, "We'll also let us pray as our Lord."
I reckon this guy right here, that guy right there.
What makes you so sure?
Promise? Your pinky promise?
All right, guys. I can't get a good shot of Gina Raimondo, but I'm gonna go to the other side. I'm gonna go to the other side. Gina, I almost called you guys Gina. Oh, this side. She wants. Those of you tuning in, we're in Providence, where the governor is speaking outside within the crowd.
Tell the National Guard to stand down.
Tell them to stand down!
Gina Raimondo is leaving. She's right there going back into the State House. I'm gonna get down a little bit in case it's after curfew. I don't want to get gassed. We're gonna start. I don't know where the governor was. So there's probably about 100 people still gathered here, protesters, peacefully at the police line, alongside media personnel and what have you. It's after 9 o'clock. The police have not fired onto the crowd at all. It's continued to be a peaceful protest.
Do y'all have glucometers?
Yes, we had thousands and thousands out here. You ever see that? And we the last of the last.
That's what she's doing. Fascist lapdogs.
If any of you guys hear things are popping off or happening with the other protesters, I don't know where they marched to, but probably 200 people marched down the street, went somewhere. I'm gonna find them later. But if any of you hear something's happening down that end, I will rush to the other end there and document. But right now, the governor was over here. I tried to get the governor speaking. I couldn't really get it. I got her leaving into the State House building. Continuing to be a peaceful protest here in Rhode Island.
Literally, you love it.
Oh, you good, man. Sorry.
Y'all look about bringing them down. Not the first one.
Yes, protesters yelling, do you have any insulin? Someone could be in need of it right now. Not entirely sure what that's about.
Where'd she go? They think it's that. Where'd she go? I just want to talk,
I think she went back inside the State House, yeah.
Well, she did it. She's celebrating.
They were supposed to gas us after 8 minutes after the 9 o'clock curfew. They have not gassed us at this point. Protesters are yelling, "We want Gina." Personally, there's probably about 100 protesters here. The other the 200 protesters, roughly about 200, marched briefly down the street and heading towards some location that's I don't know, but I will follow them very soon. Oh, sorry.
They served that big bitch's White House.
Thank you all for watching this broadcast. We are live in Providence, Rhode Island. More than half of the protesters went to another location, and about 100 protesters have remained at the State House. Now, I don't know if that's part of their plan or what, but we're going to continue to document everything that happens.
Come on, black man, they would kill you if you have that uniform on. They shoot off to the cops too. Number 4 down, Junior. We'll say it again. 4 down, Junior. That was right here on Rhode Island. That was right here in Providence. Killed by his own people.
I see police lights in the distance down there. So looks like they're coming this way. Protesters are just voicing their opinions right now. There's a lot of screaming and yelling. The police, state police, alongside Army National Guard are pretty much hand in hand with their police line. We're here in Providence, Rhode Island, on the lawn side of the building. About 200 protesters took off about that way, heading in some direction. And I decided, I heard the governor speaking, that I would remain here. But I think I'm about to take off to the other protesters. If anyone hears anything that's happening down the other end, let me know. I'll rush that way. But as of right now, this is protesters are still out after curfew, regardless of Elorza's, which is the Providence mayor, regardless of his curfew. For those of you tuning in, I've actually already talked. I talked to every single cop and military personnel across the line here. I've talked to every single one of them, and I asked them if, with another gentleman. It's so hard to talk with everyone screaming, but I asked with another gentleman if they would abuse their power and things like that, and all the military personnel, all the state police people said no, they would not abuse their power. 2 individuals did not speak on the matter. However, they have the choice not to speak, so.
Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey!
Things are at a standstill at this point. I think the state police are getting a little edgy. Protesters are still voicing their opinions and their concerns onto the police. All right, guys, I'm going to continue recording, but I'm going to walk to the Superior Courthouse. That is where I'm hearing where the rest of the protest is. I would just hate to leave and then not catch the police doing something, you know what I'm saying? That's... Yeah, I don't know why Gina Raimondo didn't